We are living through a minor communist revolution in the United States of America along the lines of the Castros. Property has not yet been seized, but freedoms have been seized. I've told you that before. However, if Bernie Sanders, God forbid, or Hillary Clinton were to win, anything is liable to happen. Glenn on WABC, welcome to the program. What's on your mind?
Hey, how can you be for Donald Trump but be against Bernie Sanders? I don't get the logic there.
Wait, sir, how could I be for Donald Trump and against Bernie Sanders?
Yeah.
Because I'm against communism. Well, that's the question. Bernie Sanders has been a lifetime communist. How can I be against him?
He's been a lifetime consistent person. That's what he's been. As for Trump, every year...
Well, Hitler was a consistent person. What do you mean? That makes him good because he was a consistent communist?
Why would you compare...
No, wait a minute. You just said that one of Sanders' qualities is that he's been consistent. He was a member of the Young Socialist League when he was a young, crazy Marxist, and he's still a young socialist revolutionary, a member of the Spartacus League. They stand for the seizure of private property, a crackdown on freedom of speech, a crackdown on freedom of assembly. They're fascists. Don't you understand that? What's the matter? Your talking points fell out of your hand? You don't understand a difference? Don't you understand a difference between freedom and slavery?
Yeah, I do. Slavery is wage slavery, which is what's happening now, where the rich have all the money and people...
Get off. In other words, you don't have a good job, so you think anyone who has a better job is a rich person. Is that right?
Wrong. I have a good job, but I see people struggling all the time. I know people struggling all the time.
And tell me when there was never any struggle in the world, and tell me where there is no struggle in the world.
We as Americans are spoiled to begin with.
Well, you're changing the subject. You're speaking as though struggle is not part of the human condition. Show me where there is no struggle on the planet.
Learn to live life through struggle and pain and suffering, and you learn...
I just said to you that struggle is part of the human condition. And the communists have always falsely argued that they can eliminate struggle by making things fair. That's never happened. Wherever the communists have taken over, it's gotten worse, not better for the average person.
All right. What's wrong with having a social safety net? What's wrong with Social Security?
Well, you mean we don't have a social safety net? Wait a minute, sir. You're arguing in a vacuum. We have a social safety net. We have many of them. What more do you want? How much more of a safety net do you want in the country? You have free medical care. You have Social Security. Everything is free for the poor. 100 million Americans don't work. They're just lazy bums. How much more do you think we, the working taxpayers, can take of this?
Wow, so you're going to call 100 million people lazy bums. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, what are you saying? That they're all productive citizens?
No, not all are productive citizens. A lot of them are just taking advantage of the system on welfare.
All right, well, we agree on that. And how about the 14 million Americans who are now on federal disability? Are you telling me all of them are really disabled and unable to work? Do you really believe that?
No, they're not. No, they're not. There are people that are taking advantage, but then there's others that actually need it.
All right, thanks for the call. This is one of these reducto ad absurdum arguments that go nowhere. There's nowhere to go with the argument. Another one of these young socialists who think that Bernie Sanders is telling him the truth. Bernie Sanders is a cowardly Fidel Castro. Bernie Sanders is worse than Fidel Castro because at least Fidel Castro was militant and a military man who was willing to put his body on the line and went into the mountains of the Sierra Maestra in order to fight his revolution. Bernie Sanders' revolution has always been fought first on a mimeograph machine and then on a fax machine, and then later on email. Bernie Sanders is a lifetime punk, coward leftist of the lowest order. I could smell this guy from 1,000 miles away. He's the worst thing America could ever have happen to them. And by the way, he has as much chance to become president as my dog Teddy does. In fact, I think if I ran Teddy as a write-in, he would attract more votes in the general election than Bernie Sanders. The phone number here is 855-407-2882. Let's go to the next caller, John on WMAL in Washington, D.C. John, what's on your mind? Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon. I'm for Teddy, by the way. So anyway, let's go.
I am. I'm Teddy for president. Absolutely.